show you guys how it works though. So look, AFK, not AFK, AFK, not AFK. Okay, that's pretty simple. I got many suggestions for this. So basically, people wanted me to do an AFK system with the round system in my previous videos. So I made like I made a lot of round system tutorials. Probably only like 2, but you definitely should watch it before you watch this one. Just because this is literally built onto it, so it's not like a tutorial on itself, but it's built onto the round system tutorials that I made before. So basically, we have the round system. Now I made tutorials on this round system. I'm going to use the smart one where it gives you where it's basically an elimination type of round, and the last player gets an amount of wins. So I actually had this model previously, so I'm gonna go all the way to my models. It's actually an old one that I uploaded. Yeah, I released it in my previous round system tutorial. So in that video, you can actually see the link, but I'll drop it down in the description. So I think this one in this video. So let's see. Okay, so this one is pretty simple. Like compared to some of my recent tutorials, this one is more of a simpler one, a bit simpler. I mean, compared to like some of my other ones like that are really complicated. So first, put this in a server script service for the scripts. This script is also, you want that in a server script service. The 2 teams, you want that, yeah, you want them in teams. If you don't have teams, go to advanced, insert service, and insert teams. So it'll be somewhere there. Yeah, okay. The screen UI, put this in start UI. Screen UI. Map spawn, lobby spawn, this is very simple. And around status these 2 values in replicated storage. Alright, so map spawn is the map, so maybe let's say you want to make another map. Okay, maybe this is too big. Let's make this like a lobby, and so unlock it and make this make this smaller. I don't know, whatever, doesn't matter. Okay, so this is the lobby spawn. And the map spawn, let's just duplicate this, and let's say this is let's say for demonstration purposes, this is the map. Okay, and this is the map spawn right here. Okay, it's gonna be like blue order. I hate that blue. Oh my god, that's an ugly blue color. Okay, anyways, this is lobby. Let's call this lobby. You don't have to at all, honestly. I don't even know why I do that, or why I did that right now. Okay, so whatever. Back to the tutorial. Now we have all this. This is a model that I'll link in the description. Anyways, before let's go. So let's first make an AFK button. So when a person presses this button, they'll become AFK, and there's gonna be they won't be teleported into the rounds, and also they'll have this like special little overhead GUI that shows their AFK. So let's go to start the screen UI that we put. You can put this button in the same exact screen UI as this as the status. It doesn't really matter as long as it's screen UI. So let's do text button just because it's more simpler. Go to properties. Let's see. Okay, whatever. Let's see. First, let's start with position. So 0.5. Or 0.6 maybe, I don't know, 0.5, 0.4, 0. Actually, no, sorry, this is x-axis, so 0.01, actually, so you just want a little bit, like, to the right, then 0.4, so 0.01, 0, 0.04, 0, good enough. For size, remove the offset, so it should be in the scaled, maybe 0.05. Actually, let's put this as 1, 0.1, 0, 0.150. Alright, this is good enough. Maybe it's a little small. 1, okay, good enough. Now let's mess with the text a bit. So I like the bangers. Bangers. I like the bangers, bro. Where is this? Okay, bangers. I like this font. Let's text scaled. Let's change the text to AFK. So this is the AFK one. Text transparency, don't need that. Text color would be white. Don't worry, we'll change the background too. Now, how do you make it so? Let's also change the background transparency to like a nice blue. Now, how do we make the, so you have this UI, but it looks ugly. Not gonna lie, it looks ugly. So I'm gonna teach you a few things to make your GUIs like 10 times better. And I wish I should have known this earlier, honestly, but I'm gonna show you right now. So first thing is the UI corner. UI corner is actually very nice. It makes your things rounded, your corners rounded. Looks pretty cool. Honestly, looks 10 times better. Maybe this is better. Maybe it's too rounded. Maybe like this. 12 is good. And also UI gradient. I mean, there's a lot of UI properties you can manipulate, but like I'm only gonna go over these two. You can change the gradient. So go to these 3 dots, and let's go on this one right here. Actually, this is too much. A little too much gradient. A little bit of gradient is good. Maybe you can change the rotation. Change is like 90, so it's like on the bottom. Yeah, I mean the only thing is if you don't want the gradient to affect the text, you might want to put like another text on top of it or inside of it, like text label instead. But whatever, this is good enough. So this is our button. Now we're gonna start on our local script. So this is when a player presses this button. Okay, I'm gonna actually zoom in just so people can actually see, because this is a pretty simple script. It shouldn't be too hard. What the hell? Okay. So we're gonna do a local player. Local game.players. Okay, I never coded in this type of font. This font this big, so it's kind of weird now. It's honestly sketchy. Local player. Local button equals to the parent button. Oh, that's not. I didn't spell this right. Button. Dot mouse one. Okay, I'm real slow too. Dot mouse. What the hell? Oh my god. Okay, what's wrong with my? Okay, for some reason not. Oh my god, I'm so dumb. So, put this in text button. Oh my god, why am I so dumb? Okay. Button dot mouse button, one click, connect function. Sorry about that. Okay. Okay, no parameters. I forgot. Let's see. It was okay. So if not, so what we're gonna do is gonna make a value inside the player that's gonna be called is AFK. So is AFK is gonna basically detect whether or not the player is AFK or not. So if the player does have this, they'll be AFK. If the player doesn't, that means they're not AFK. So we're gonna first check if the player is AFK in the first place. So if, or we wanna let's check if they're not AFK. So if not, player finder child. We didn't make this yet, but we're gonna. Is AFK. This is the name. Then else. So we have 2 cases right now. So in the first case, we want to actually, before we do that, and so because we're gonna obviously need a remote event, so remote event, insert in replicated storage, and name this is AFK. Okay, and then make a variable for our remote, local remote equal game dot replicated storage dot is AFK. Then actually we only really need to do one thing, and that is remote fire server. And then we can pass one thing, and we're gonna say AFK, because this really just shows that the player, when we fire this event, I want to show that this player wants to become AFK or is going to be AFK, because that's why they click the button. Otherwise, so you can also click this button when you're coming back. So if you're AFK and then you come back, you also want to click again to show that you're not AFK anymore. So this is why we're going to use this other condition. We're going to do remote, same exact thing, actually, legit same exact thing. So we're going to change the parameter, not AFK. Doesn't really matter actually. It honestly doesn't matter as long as this parameter is different than this one. But yeah. So now we're done with that. Actually, we can do one more thing, just so it looks better. So button.text equals so So not AFK. AFK. Or actually, let's put this caps, not AFK. And then here, AFK. So this will change whether or not. So if the player they're gonna be AFK, the text will be different. It'll become not AFK, meaning when he comes back, or she, they'll see this button as different. So when they click on it, it will basically make them not AFK. So that's kind of the logic of this button. That's why we changed the text, I guess. But that's really just, I mean, yeah, that's mostly for aesthetics. But obviously, it is kind of essential because it makes sense, you know. Anyways, now we're done with that. Let's now insert a server script inside service. I'll say what the hell. Okay, we can rename this to sorry, AFK is AFK. Okay. All right. Okay, so local remote. Equal game dot replicated storage dot is AFK. All right. So remote on server event connect function. So now we add another parameter before the parameter we just passed, which is player. So player is the player that pressed this button right here. Even though we didn't pass it here, it's automatically, the game automatically knows who pressed the button. So that's why I do player. The player is the player that pressed this button, and then if it's AFK. So is AFK. I don't know. It can be anything, but this parameter is what we wrote here. So it's either AFK or not AFK. This is what the parameter means. Okay. So if is AFK, or I don't know, how do you explain that? So it's like you can change this maybe to or val. I don't know. So if is AFK equals AFK, then even though that doesn't make any sense, but whatever, doesn't matter. Okay. Then make else for the other condition. Then what we want to do is want to make a value inside the player. That's why we were talking about the value, right? This value will help the game detect whether or not the player is AFK or not, and whether or not the game should teleport them to the lobby, or to the round, I should say. So local AFK val equals instance new can be its bool value. AFK val dot name equal is AFK. AFK val dot, I think that's it, right? Parent equals player. Else, so if the player is not AFK, oh, hold on, yeah. So if the player is not gonna go AFK, the player would be coming back to their keyboard, so there won't be AFK anymore. So you want to delete the value is AFK, which shows they're not AFK anymore, basically, if you don't have that value. So we'll do player dot is AFK, which is what they should have before. Destroy. I think, yeah, that's it. Destroy. Right. Now we made the value. Now actually let's test this, because why not? So right now, let's test this out. I'm going to show you how this exactly works. Let's see. Okay, I'm just checking, that's all. Oh, hold on a second. Alright. This is so weird. It's just my eyes, honestly. Okay, let's play. I don't know why I'm wasting my time. Okay, anyways, so we're gonna go on to players. Okay, ignore that because the game is not on anyways. So the players, you go to players, and you're on yourself. So this is me, recur. Then you go on. So you can't see. So this is a player. This is essentially where we parent the value AFK. So if I click on it, watch this. Hold on, let me show you guys. Okay, that's too much. Okay, but you see this is my player. Now if I click on this, boom, you see this is the value that we added. So that's pretty cool. Now this will help us detect then I'll show you how you can do it inside the round script. So you still have to edit in round script. But we're gonna do one more thing. Actually, okay, and you can see the text change too. So yeah, and when you click on again, it destroys, so it moves. So this is how. So if you can see, this is how it's manipulated. But yeah, actually, I'm gonna start with the important thing first before anything else. How do you keep the AFK people in the lobby instead of teleporting them to the round? So this is our main round system script. Okay, let's actually zoom out now. Ooh. So this is what I made in previous tutorials. Now, if you have a different tutorial, you watch a different tutorial, or you did something else, make sure you know where the code that teleports the players to the round. And you have to know that. So, for example, I can easily tell the in-round change event. So this is the change event that triggers whenever the in-round value is changed, meaning either when the round starts or either when the round ends. So if the round value is true, meaning the round would have just started, we loop through all the players and we teleport them to the round. But what if you want to teleport only the people that are not AFK? That's very easy. So right in this for loop, where we loop through all the players and teleport them to the round, we only want to teleport the players that are not AFK. So it's very simple. Just make an if statement. So the very first thing before anything else, do an if, and after this loop, just in case you forget. So if player, or actually if not player, fine for child, is AFK, then enter, and you see the end. So this is the if statement that you want to put everything in. So look at all your value, your commands, or not, whatever, until let's see, until the died event. So the last end you want to keep until the end before the else. So you want to keep that and put all your code inside this if statement. So now this code will only fire to the players that are not AFK, and that's really it. So simple. If you have more than one teleport code or something like that, obviously you want to replicate that, but I'm not sure that should be the case. I don't, why would that happen? No, that shouldn't happen. But I mean, yeah, it can actually. Alright, now that's it. So what we did here, I mean, it's self-explanatory. It's very easy. So if not player definer's child is AFK, then so this AFK is the value that we made. If the player doesn't have this value, then they're not AFK. If they do, that means they're AFK. Simple enough. And that's really it. Now on our last thing of this tutorial, you just want to make a billboard GUI on the player when they're AFK, just so it looks more aesthetically pleasing. So let's go on demo. We're gonna do this real quickly because I've made this before. I made a tutorial on this before, so whatever. Go on the head. Billboard GUI. So this is a billboard GUI. Insert text label. You see the text label right here. All right, we need adjustments. Okay, so go on the billboard GUI again. Go on the billboard GUI. I want to make this higher, like up here. Like actually, maybe I'll put it somewhere here, just in case you guys have like name tags or something. So go on the studs offset on the y-axis. Put like something like 3. 3 looks good. Yeah, 3 looks good. Looks good enough. The size, change this to scaled. So do something like 4 or something. 4 3. Maybe that's too much. 3 2 maybe. 3 1 actually 3 1. 3 0 1 0. Alright, good enough. Also, let's see, always on top. Light influence 0. Okay, now to the text label. Anchor point 0.5. Position 0.5 0.5. Alright. Size should be 1010. Okay. Background transparency 0. And where else is it? Text. Text would be AFK, so we're gonna make this guy look like he's AFK. Text scaled. Bangers again, I like bangers. Text color. Alright. So that's pretty cool. You can tell this guy's AFK because it has this overhead GUI, so people can know who's AFK and who's not. Pretty cool. You can change this font, but I think this is good enough for now. Actually, I might make this bigger. Alright, I think it's good enough. I think it's good. Maybe you can put a stroke if you want. Put a stroke. Stroke transparency. No, this looks weird. No, never mind. Okay, never mind. Okay, it's good enough. So now we want to put this on the player whenever they're AFK. Easy. Now let's just store this somewhere like in replicating storage or something. Okay. So now let's go back to our server script. Server script that got the remote event. So it's AFK. So on the script. Now all you have to do is basically local AFK GUI equals game replicating storage. Actually, let's change the name of this so it's like AFK GUI, AFK GUI, AFK GUI, clone, AFK GUI. That parent. So we clone this and we parent it under the player head. Go player, the character, the head. I don't think we don't really need to wait for child because I mean you're most likely already loaded into the game anyways. So whatever. Anyways, so when the player's AFK, we copy this GUI, put it under the player's head, or inside the player's head, and yeah, and when the player's not AFK anymore, we destroy this. So we do player dot character dot head dot AFK GUI destroy. Man, okay, looks pretty simple. This is very simple tutorial, so I hope you guys try this. Hey, should we try this with my gaming buddies? I'm gonna test this out with all my gaming buddies, but let's do it first solo. Then we can do it with all our cool buddies. All right, whatever. So we got AFK, boom. Now we have the AFK GUI. We're not AFK. Oh, this is not in our. What the hell? That's weird. So for some reason there's an error. AFK GUI. This is GUI. Sorry. AFK GUI with caps. That's spelled wrong. See, everyone makes mistakes. Now it should work flawlessly. I'm gonna show you how. I'm gonna show you guys how it works though. So yeah, look. AFK, not AFK. AFK, not AFK. Okay, that's pretty simple. Now I'm gonna be back with my cool gaming buddies and I'm gonna test this entire thing out. Whoa, what the hell? Whoa, what are you doing, bro? Anyways, we're gonna test this out. We are gonna test this AFK system. So right now, 3 seconds. Okay, let's press AFK. Let's see if we get teleported. Alright, so I'm still in the lobby. I didn't get teleported because I'm AFK. And as you can see, all my friends here that are not AFK have been teleported to the lobby or to the map. So this is basically like the map. Oh, they died. Okay, whatever. So as you can see, test the AFK system, guys. So let's. Okay, so as you can see, this guy is also AFK. Mr. Restaurant, Mr. Clown for you. So he also triggered the AFK button. Who's Lil Kun? I don't know who this guy is. I have no idea. Okay. That guy, he actually pressed the button while he's in the map. That's dumb. You're not supposed to do that, but whatever. So if I press this again, I'm not AFK anymore. So the UI is gone. Because all my friends are now AFK. I'm gonna be the only person that's not AFK, but whatever. So now I'm gonna be the only one teleport, and with my boy Restaurant. So yeah, this is how it works, and I'll see you guys in the next one. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If it helps out, definitely subscribe, and like, that helps me out too, you know, win-win situation. And if you want more help, join my Discord server for sure. It's gonna be very helpful. And we're gonna see you guys in the next one. So I'm just gonna jump off the cliff like always. All right, let's do AFK and then jump off the cliff.